Hello, everyone. Today is Tuesday, April 5th, 2022 at 3:46 a.m. in the morning. So, I think I may have had a very little bit of vibrating um, tonight, but not that much. But for some odd reason, I think I try to go to bed just after midnight. And well, lately it's like I forget what time I go to bed or forget what time I wake up in the morning. But I don't know why I ended up awake all this. Like for some reason, um, it was one of those moments where my mind and my body felt like I thought I was for sure gonna get to sleep great tonight, and I was feeling so heavily sleepy and tired, and I thought I was gonna doze off and get me some sleep, and then all of a sudden 2 more hours still awake and can't sleep. And so, but at one moment um I felt like I was laying on my stomach and felt like I was usually when I get the vertigo and dizziness, I'm laying on my back. But the vertigo that I had like maybe 3 weeks ago or so, it went away. But I had some kind of weird woozy feeling with the I was laying on my stomach, and I had this weird feeling for like less than 5 seconds that like I was like as if I was feeling like as if I'm dizzy or gonna pass out. And it's like, and I've had certain moments where how am I feeling like as if I'm about to pass out or dizzy or something, and I'm already laying down. And so also off and on throughout the middle of the night, vehicle lights, have flashed by my motel room. And I didn't get to mention that yesterday, hold on. Oh. Excuse me. That yesterday, I think I felt a super high pitch ringing in my right ear. And at one point, it's like I felt super high pitched noise in both ears simultaneously. So I can't sleep at all despite being sleepy and tired. And then around 2:30 or 3 o'clock, I stumbled upon some more upsetting things that the online perps were saying about me. I'm feeling upset about it. But one thing I hate is that the perps keep calling me the liar. They keep saying that Candy is a liar, or Candy's the one with the lies and slander. Or they'll lie and say that there are holes in my story, or that I'm the one who can't get my story straight. But it's like, as I said, I know that I'm telling the truth, and it's like a tug of war with them when they're the ones who lie and think it's funny. And I caught them in numerous lies and twisting everything. And it's tug of war that everybody believes them against me, and nobody wants to listen to me. And I don't get how a sociopathic gang stalking bully would say that that I need to act like an adult and grow up. That's what narcissistic abusers tell me. That I need, if they bully and abuse me and then tell me that I need to act like an adult and grow up. Well, you won't let me because y'all sit there and, if you want me to act like an adult, then, get out of my business and then let me make my own decisions. And then they wanted to try to make it like, oh, Candy can't be struggling too much if she can afford a $40 round trip to the beach and stuff like that. Well, that $40 round trip to the beach, it was right after I started, that job, the last job that I had. And Alex was gang stalking me that time. And it was Sunday, so the libraries weren't open and stuff like that. And I was sleep deprived and needed somewhere to relax. So I went to the beach that day and couldn't get rest or relaxation because of the noise campaigns and stuff like that. But, I at least laid down and attempted to get rest. But, if they want to say, oh, Candy can afford $40 round trip to the beach and stuff like that. And if I did, that ain't your business. But it's like you meddle in my business, stalk, follow, and harass me, and then reverse it on me and lie and say I'm the one stalking you. Or I'm the sick, obsessed weirdo stalking you. And they always got comments, and then they're butthurt because they said, well, I have no way of contacting Candy. You're damn right, because I refuse. It seems like as if they can't get to me by, abusing me in the YouTube comments or on my blog or anywhere else, then they will go elsewhere and then they'll say it like as if they're bragging about saying these hurtful things that really get underneath my skin and bothers them. They brag about saying these hurtful things and say it like as if they know that I'm gonna see that. They say it like as if they're sure that Candy's gonna see this, and it's like, if I'm not the only targeted individual that you stalk, follow, harass, and bully, and but then you turn around and say Candy needs to grow up, but then you try to justify your reasoning for stalking and following and harassing me and abusing me and stuff like that. And I caught Starbricker in a lot of lies. I caught her in a lot of lies and twisting things. And it's pointless to even argue with somebody like her. She's definitely a demon in the flesh. And yet she wants to try to falsely glorify herself as having more common sense than me, or being smarter or wiser than me and stuff like that. And, it's like this woman has definitely tried everything in the book, unsuccessfully tried everything in the book to try to, try to get me, she's one of those type of online perps that try to destroy your life both online and in person, and hoping that she can try to get you to commit suicide or go kill yourself. And she's sadistic and psychopathic enough that that's funny to her. She had, been kept on trying to get me locked up in a mental institution, and just like Alex Dupree, wanting to make sure I'm locked up, and like they want to worship the police and try to get me locked up in the mental institution. As I said, how can you make it like as if Candy's a slick, clever scammer or a fraud, but then they try to make it like as if I'm so far gone with being mentally ill and sick, and like as if I can't even reason. That's how they try to make it like as if, and even with the foster mom, try to, the narcissistic abusers love to try to make it like as if I lack common sense. But it's like at their own convenience, they want to hold me responsible for this or that. at one moment, but then another time, you know, if they want to make it like I'm not mentally capable of this or that, but they want to hold me responsible for when it's time to quote unquote, be falsely accused of something and get in trouble. And they want to, they want to hold me responsible and make it like, oh, there are consequences for you to suffer for your behavior, when I'm innocent and haven't done anything. So, yeah, I mean, September 26th was the last time I got to, I don't even think I got to get in the water that day. But, that was the last time I went to the beach for, relaxation purposes. But, when I was in Gulf Breeze, about twice I went to the beach. About twice I went to the beach. And, but it was for job interview and, trying to get a job and those didn't work out. But for me and my twin sister's birthday, I had to I had to have, that birthday, by myself. And I got that hotel room. And that was, I had booked that trip. Booked that hotel room before I even quit the job. And then, at the last minute, I was forced to quit. So I didn't even get to have a good 38th birthday. And then dealing with, one of the main restaurants that I wish, could have been open, and it wasn't open that day when they were supposed to be open on Wednesdays. I thought it was Tuesday they weren't supposed to be open. And it was rainy that day. And so I went to another restaurant. I couldn't even get to go and have fun in the water like I wanted to. But, so and then the perps used that against me. I didn't foresee that I was going to be forced to quit, and I already explained the real reason, why I was forced to quit. But I don't know where the online perps get that from, that they lied and said that I quit the Seville Quarter job. They lied and said that I quit that job over a Quora comment. Or they lied and said that, that I quit the job because of something somebody told me on Quora. When Quora had nothing to do at all with me being forced to quit. So I don't know where they get that from. But see, when you meddle in people's business with stuff that has nothing to do with you, you end up not even, and then that's how rumors spread. You end up spreading the story and don't even get the facts straight. They're not your facts, they're my facts, because it's my story to tell, not yours. And so, you don't even get the facts straight. And then, and then people believe it and think that they can punish me. But these sociopathic bastards, they twist the story deliberately and think and then they think it's, once they see me being persecuted, tortured, and abused behind their lies, then they kick back and laugh. But, I'm sitting here trying to feel like if I know that these people work for the devil, it's like I'm trying to figure out why, and if I know what they're saying is not true, it's like I don't even know why, why I get frustrated. Maybe it's the human thing to do for me to be like frustrated and bent up out of shape and angry, even though I know that they're lying. But it seems like they hate the truth so much, and then they want to compare themselves to you, like they think they're better, like they glorify themselves as having more common sense than you. I didn't even say that I wanted Starbricker murdered. But she's twisting and making false smear campaigns about that. You know. So then she tried to use that to justify why she has to stalk my every move. But she's been stalking and bullying me since 2019. And that's a fact. I think it's been since October 2019. I don't remember the exact date. And she first made a rude comment over when I did a video saying that the seems like the weather revolves around me. Because, you know, it was like another Truman Show kind of situation. That every time I was standing at the bus, or I was sitting at the bus stop, and every time I try to put my umbrella, you know, over my head, that's when the rain stopped. But then when I get confident and think the rain stopped, then I close my umbrella, and then it start pouring again, and the cycle kept going. And so I think I did do a video on that first PsychWorld channel, and I said, well, wow, it seems like the weather revolves around me. So I mean, it's like, how? I mean, is it that if you think I'm a malicious liar, in which I know I'm telling the truth, or you think that I'm full of delusions and paranoid? What the hell would you think? Your opinion doesn't matter. You know, and it's like they think they have a license and a right and justification to stalk you. And as I say, y'all ain't gonna do all this stalking and harassing an innocent person and you know, for free. Y'all not gonna do this for free. Y'all getting paid, even to stay up in the middle of the night. And then they make remarks on my health and everything else. And then Starbricker, if she's supposed to be 61 or 62 years old, then, you know, how can, you know, how can you, she said it in a condemning way. She said, and Candy is aging. Well, I mean, no, everybody else, she the only one saying that. You know, everybody else, they say that I look not a day over 20 years old. And I'm 38. And it's like my whole life passed me by, my life being restricted. And the perps, they try to discredit and mock and laugh at us, and they ignorantly laugh and say, well, how can you say that you're being human trafficked when you have freedom of movement? And they try to make like, well, a real human trafficking victim, they will be held captive. Well, it's more than one type of human trafficking. The fact that, I mean, I guess y'all have us mentally captive. That's why they call it mind control. Y'all won't allow us, you know, y'all won't allow us any freedom. And so, you know, it's like they strongly believe that they're right. It's like basically they're the ones who's delusional. They're the ones who's delusional. And, you know, they feel threatened by the truth. They feel threatened by the truth. And then, you know, if you tell me grow up and act like an adult, and then try to say, well, maybe if you get on some pills, maybe, you know, maybe it'll make you happier. No, maybe you back off and leave me alone, and then I'll be happier. I don't need pills. And if I was back on those pills, you would really be calling me greedy. I ain't stuffing my face. Not nowadays. But you would really be calling me greedy if I was on those pills. To, I mean, if I was on Cymbalta and eat like, what would you see, like a $30 birthday cake? That's a big cake. And I think they said like 1/4 sheet of cake or something. I don't remember. But eating 3/4 of a whole birthday cake in one sitting. Those medications are dangerous. I'm telling y'all. If the psychiatric medications, when I used to be on them, make you eat yourself to death. Trazodone, Cymbalta, Doxepin, Prozac, and but yeah, narcissistic abuser, they think you're crazy. They want you medicated as a way to silence you from speaking out too much about, or knowing too much about the abuse that they inflicted on you, and then they say you're crazy, and then the side effects of the medication make you eat, and then you eat, and then they call you greedy. Well, I would have never been greedy if you wouldn't have forced me to take these mind-altering drugs that have some permanent damage. And they probably had microchips in the psych meds too. Who knows? And throughout the night, even though I had 3 meals yesterday, I felt extremely hungry, like around 3 o'clock, between 2 and 3 o'clock this morning. And I said, well, no, I don't want to. Sometimes all it takes is once, and you end up with, that bad habit. So I didn't want to eat at eat at 3 o'clock in the morning, or I don't want to even eat. I really don't like to eat past 8 o'clock at night. And then sometimes on a morning like this where I'm totally sleep deprived or can't sleep, sometimes I might eat at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and then finally get me some sleep when I'm in a hotel or motel, finally get me some sleep, and then wake up at like 11 or 12 or something. I don't like that. So they must have hit me with some frequencies to make me just stay awake. Even tonight was the night that they didn't even have to really vibrate me, but I'm like kept awake and can't sleep. But as I said, my body and my mind were tricked into thinking I was gonna get to heavenly sleep. That I was gonna get to sleep heavy, and like I thought I was confident. And then all of a sudden, what did they do to make me just be forced to stay awake? So I heard something about the gang stalkers and the constant harassment with us being targeted individuals. I heard that they keep, that they want to wear out the saints or something, like what the Bible scripture talks about, wearing out the saints. And it's amazing how a narcissistic gang stalker who meddles in your business, when they don't have to have anything to do with you if they don't like you. But they'll basically, an online perp would act like they want to try to dictate they act like they want to try to dictate how I should live according to the Bible. And then tell me your religion is not working. Give it up. But you trying to bully me into turning away from Christianity and Jesus Christ. But then, you say your religion is not working, give it up. But then you want to tell me how to act according to how I should act according to the Bible. And they deny being perps. They deny being gang stalkers and try to play innocent. And, Star Bricker, I caught her admitting on one of Stefan Adams' posts about Brian too, or Kevin Christian or somebody. I caught her admitting that she was the one getting me kicked out banned from Sky Zone. And then another post, I caught her red-handed with lying and saying that she never called up these places of business and stuff like that, and try to say that it wasn't me that got her, kicked out of that got her banned from the parachute park. She admitted that it was her. And Sky Zone is a trampoline park, not a parachute park. And it's been over a year, and they still taunting and harassing me about Sky Zone. It wasn't their business to call. It wasn't their authority or business to call up places. And that's why I feel like, yeah. And then they want to start Bricker and all that. They want to make it like as if I'm insane for saying that they work for the CIA. Well, I didn't say she worked for the CIA. I said that they work for the DHS fusion centers. And they probably do have FBI connections. And it's amazing how she can tell somebody how to be a prepper. Well, you're not even awakened to the truth, and you shun conspiracy theories, but you give somebody advice on, how to be a prepper, or how to stock up and prepare for food shortages. And she tried to narcissistically glorify herself as being well stocked. But if you're I don't understand why or how anybody that's financially well off would want to destroy somebody that's already homeless. Why would they want to destroy you even more? So, I cannot sleep at the moment. And, if my video bothers you, you don't have to watch it. Or if my videos with an S bother you, then you don't have to watch it. Or if you feel like I post too much. But, my anxiety is high right now. And, as I said, it was a couple of hours before I even came across, some of that stuff online. And I already couldn't sleep. But it's like I'm being made to feel like as if I gotta be considered like so shameful. Like as if I ought to be ashamed to open my mouth and even speak anything. Like I'm not allowed to talk at all. Like as if I ought to be ashamed, to talk at all. And it's like a lot of my harassment online that I'm getting for, calling out and exposing, TIs that turn into perps who have offended me, or fake TI perps or regular perps who have offended me. And, some perps who are flat out perps, they actually, pretend to blend in with the TI community. And then they try to gaslight and say, well, just because a person drive by with a burnt out headlight, it's not burned out. They use special technology to, turn on a switch to turn out one headlight, or make in that same vehicle be like funny tail lights or whatever, and I've seen them before my own eyes, you know, and I've had footage, you know, on film of them driving by me with one headlight, and then, or funny headlights, and then right as they pass me, they instantly go to proper headlights. So, you know, it's really condescending, degrading, and abusive to tell me, you know, to bully me, and, you know, join in on a bullying campaign, and then say that I need to act mature and grow up. But that's you know, you using projection, and then you worship the idea of you know, just calling me childish. And so, you know, they call me narcissistic abusers. They call me childish and tell me I need to grow up, but then strip all of my God-given adult-like, you know, privileges and rights. They're not even the law to take that away from me. But, you know, if you tell me to grow up and act like an adult, but then you restrict me from, you know, driving a car or having a job or anything else of adult responsibilities and maturity. But in their delusional narcissistic minds, they think that, you know, being an abusive narcissistic bully and destroying being part of a Masonic cult and, you know, destroying people's lives makes them more mature and with more common sense. But it's like they got everything all twisted. But you're the brainwashed dummy gang stalker who's a, you know, perfect puppet for the New World Order, and you narcissistically glorify yourself as smarter than me. You are a willing slave to Satan in the New World Order, but you think you're smarter than me.